I can't do
We're
them.
here. We're gonna wait till people get on. You Commandment Keepers. How's your oxygen level doing?
It's good. I've been kind of leaving it off some, but I just do it just because.
I don't have
Just cause.
Have you turned on Commandment Keepers now?
Yeah, it's on Commandment Keepers. We're waiting on people to log on.
I can't get it.
Hey, we're not gonna do Paul because everybody, I know ain't nobody studied it because everybody's been sick, and so
I hadn't even been in my word.
listen,
I've been terrible.
anybody been keeping notes? Has Lori, do you know where we left off in Jubilees? Do we need to pick up at number 3, or is that where we're picking
We
up?
need to pick up at number 4. We did
Number
1 through
4.
3.
Okay, so we'll do
Let me
4.
confirm my notes. Yeah, Enoch 1 through 3 we did.
Okay, what about Jubilees? Where did we the last?
That's what I meant. Jubilees 1 through 4. See, I need more copies.
So we need.
No, wait a minute. No, it says Enoch 1. It says Enoch 1 to 3. Hang on. Let me look back through the notes.
We did that last week. Hello.
Yeah, let me
Tiffany.
look. Let me look.
Tiffany.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing? Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, we're fixing it. We're going to be in Jubilees. You had the book of Jubilees?
That's the wrong. I put notes.
No, I don't.
We're going
Jubilees 1 and 2.
Hello,
so
Melissa.
yeah, we're in 3. Sorry, I was in the wrong notebook. I don't know.
Okay. Hey, Juanita, if you can hear me, you can unmute, and Melissa, y'all can unmute.
So we're
Welcome everybody
Jubilees
to Commandment Keepers.
3.
We're here,
Where is Steve?
and I don't know. We're going to be in Jubilees. I've invited many people to join us on the Zoom meeting so we can sharpen iron together, and we're going to be like, hey Dave, welcome buddy. Glad you're on here. Yeah, we're going to be doing.
Y'all figured out how to get Caleb?
Jeannie
asked you
Moore,
if you
how
could
you
hear
doing,
him.
Jeannie? I can't hear that Dave. I can talk, Dave. Talk, Dave.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, now I can hear you. All right, everybody, welcome to the Commandment Keepers. We're on live now. We're going to be in the Book of Jubilees. I think Juanita, I can't hear you if your mic's muted. If you want to talk, you can't talk because you're muted. Melissa,
I can follow along.
okay. We're gonna. Lori, are we in 3 today, or is it 4 Jubilees?
3.
3. Okay, so we're going to be in Jubilees chapter 3, everybody. We want to welcome everybody to Commandment Keepers. We thank you all for joining in. We love you guys fiercely in Yahuwah and his precious son, Yahusha. We love him, and we thank you for joining. We're going to go to him in prayer right now, so let's go to the Father in prayer. Abba Yahuwah, we humbly come before your throne of grace, mercy, and majesty. We thank you for all that you do for us. We love you, and we thank you for allowing everyone to join in today in your Sabbath or worship service. We thank you for all that you do for us. We want to sharpen iron together. Anybody has questions, they're more than welcome to ask. We're humbled that everybody is here and wanting and has a fire and a hunger for the word of Yahweh, for your word, Father. And we just pray that this falls on the right ears, and let this be a wonderful Shabbat. We pray that everybody has a Baruch Yom today, and we just thank you for all that you do. And we're going to give you the praise, and we're going to give you all of the glory, because it's all yours in Yahusha's precious, precious holy name. Amen. Amen. All right, guys. We love you guys, man. We're going to be over, like I said, we're going to be in Jubilees chapter 3. If you haven't followed along or studied in Jubilees chapter 1 and 2, it is a powerful, powerful book. It fills in. They call the book of Yasher, and they call the book of Jubilees the mini Genesis, because it fills in a whole lot of places that kind of leave you wanting for more to really understand. And once you get into these two, you really, really understand what they're telling you, what's being said, because
It's like a gap filler.
Oh yeah, man, oh my goodness, you'd be you'd blow your mind once you get in and start reading. But see, and I tell everybody, when they read, you got to put on your critical thinking hat. You can't just go in it willy-nilly like the church has taught us all these years. You got to think for yourself and let the Spirit, the Ruach, guide you and lead you, and ask him for knowledge and ask him for discernment. So he'll bless you. He says he gives it liberally. If you seek him with a true and contrite heart, he will lead you and he will guide you. But Juanita, you got your, yeah, there you are. I see you. Everybody's here. Yeah, man. This is everybody. This is Tiffany Contino. She's new. She has a hunger for the Father. And Dave, he's joining us finally. You know, we got Dave finally on here because we were having technical difficulties with him, his phone and stuff. Actually, it was technical difficulties on my end, really, because you know I had his email in wrong one time, and then and I was sending him the old email versus the new. But everybody, we appreciate you guys being here. If you have the book with the Jubilees in it, go ahead and turn to it. And we're going to, I want to back you up. This is for Tiffany and Dave, because you guys weren't here last time we did Enoch last week. But verse 32 in the second chapter of Jubilees, it tells you plainly that this book is not for the church. It's not. It's only for the Kodashim, the set apart, the separated. And that's why we have so many problems with the church going people. Dave said this a couple weeks back, that it's easier to talk to somebody that doesn't go to church versus somebody that's in the church, because the ones that are in the church are going to fight you tooth and nail, and that's just how it is. That's a profound statement, and that's the truth, because you'll find most of your fights come from somebody inside the church, not somebody that doesn't go.
You hear the wolves in sheep's clothing, they're the wolves because they're ravenous when you try to approach them with the truth.
Yeah, the pastors, it took me a long time to...
Well, the pastors, but also the people, because they're defending the pastors.
Exactly, but he's the one that steps up behind the pulpit.
Absolutely.
And tells people these things that he has absolutely no idea about. And that's just the truth. But Tiffany, verse 32 in Jubilees, I want you to listen to this. And it says, somebody's talking. Who's talking? Somebody have a question?
No, I just heard the noise.
Okay.
Robin.
Robin.
I think that's background noise from Tiffany's mic.
Robin, Dave's talking to you.
Sorry.
Yeah, Robin, you can't blame the people in the church because they've been brainwashed and dumbed down to where they'll believe that an ant is a cricket if the pastor tells them that.
I agree with that, Dave. But the thing is, if they do 2 Timothy 2:15, they have to study to show thyself approved.
Right.
And if they're not looking into what they're supposed to, then it's their fault, because they have a mind to critically think just like the pastor does.
Yes.
Well, look, but the whole thing about that is that most of them don't study. They believe the man behind the pulpit, and everything he says is gospel and truth.
Yeah, I agree, because I used to be one of them.
Yeah.
But thank you, Abba Yahuwah, for saving.
I used to be the wolf behind the pulpit. I used to be the wolf behind the pulpit, and you know, I'm so thankful that he hit me in the back of the head. One of them pops in the back of the head. Hey, wake up, son! You need to wake up. Mm-hmm. And that's what he's doing to the church now. But listen to this, Tiffany, verse 32 of chapter 2, Jubilees. It says, "And the Creator of all things blessed it, but he did not sanctify all peoples and nations to guard the Sabbath thereon, but Yasriel alone. Them alone he permitted to eat and drink and to guard the Sabbath thereon the earth." Did you know that they're celebrating the Sabbath? Jubilees are going earlier in the chapter of 2, tells you that Father and all his angels, the sons of God, the Yahuwah, are celebrating the Sabbath even before it was made known to the earth. So imagine this. He's still celebrating it, and he wants us to do it correctly. And if you'll read chapter 2, verse 30, all the way through 31, he tells you how
Patty can't log in.
Patty can't log in. Let me send her another invite code. Y'all
He never changes his laws and how he does his routine. He never changes. It's fixed.
You're exactly right.
ID meeting code.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna send. Hang on, guys. Y'all talk about that while I get Patty in.
All right.
Y'all talking, I don't hear y'all talking.
I'm here.
She's right. He says that he never changes from the
Yes.
beginning of time. He never changes.
He's the same
So
yesterday.
and he's no respecter of person.
Right.
If he,
Just like the
if he
planet
does,
that we live on,
if
it
he
never
does-
changes.
if he
It's
does
fixed.
it for me, he'll do it for you.
All right.
Well, doesn't it say somewhere in Ecclesiastes, nothing new under the sun?
Absolutely, it does.
All right, Patty, I sent you the invite code again. So everybody, if you guys out there on TikTok, if you guys out there on the Facebook land, or everybody that's out there that's not on Zoom, what's this one I'm on? YouTube. If y'all want to be able to be a part of the Zoom meetings, you can email me at rscottlawson18@gmail.com and send your phone number, and make sure that you let me know who you are and that you want to be able to sharpen iron with us. But anyways, all right, Patty, I got that sent to you. I hope you can get logged in if you can hear me. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna go to chapter 3 over here. Did you understand what I said, Tiffany, about this book is not meant for the church? It's not. I just read, and it's another spot.
It's for the people that want to be awakened.
That's right. It's also who it's for, and it's all spiritual, because remember when
What
Messiah,
verse was that?
huh?
What verse were you saying that was
That's
from?
chapter 2, verse 32.
Jubilees.
Yes. And then
I'm gonna have to get the Ethiopian Bible.
well,
No,
because,
listen,
I had
hold on. I know some. If you want the Sefer Bible, I know somebody that can get it for you. You just have to, in your email, send me your address, and I can get you a Sefer Bible sent to you free of charge.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you can do that once this meeting's over. Just send it to me, and I can take care of that for you. I need your address, everything, so I can have. It'll come from somewhere else, but it'll be free for you. Okay.
Did Patty get in?
Thank you.
Patty, we waiting on you, darling. Hope you can get logged in. I don't know what's going on, but anyways, Jubilees chapter 3. This one goes on. It's gonna. Once I start reading this, you're gonna know that it's straight out of Genesis, because this is mini Genesis, and it describes to you everything that you've ever read in Genesis, but it goes in deeper. It goes in a lot deeper, and that's why you can fill in the gaps, and then you'll start to understand why Hasatan allowed the Council of Nicaea. Well, actually, Father allowed it, but Hasatan thinks he's slicker than the Father, but he's not. But the Council of Nicaea took all these books out, and once you start reading this, you'll see exactly why that it's been taken out. Enoch, the first ever scribe, Jubilees tells you that Enoch was taught in the Garden of Eden, and you have to be holy to enter into the Garden of Eden. That's why Adam and Eve got kicked out, because that's one of the 4 places on earth that Father calls his. Garden of Eden, you cannot be. It's like when it's all foreshadowing when the priests would go into the Holy of Holies in the temple before they even built them, where they were traveling around, and the Levites were in charge of that. They would put bells on the bottom of the priest, and they would tie a rope on around him when they go into the Holy of Holies, because if you weren't sanctified, and if they didn't hear the bells ringing, he was dead, and they had to pull him out, because you have to be right before you go into him. He says, before you come to me, to my throne, and this is all in Jubilees as well, before you come to me, make sure that you're repented, that you're clean, that you're ready to step before me. And see, the world tells us that we cannot, you can't live by the 10 Commandments. Well, guess what? John chapter 2, 1 John chapter 2, verses 3 and 4 tells us otherwise. It says, if you say you love me and keep not my commandments, you're a liar, and the truth is not in you. You can keep those commandments. They're not hard. The church tells you that you can't keep them, but it's a lie.
Here's
It is a lie.
another person wanting on.
Okay. And listen to me, guys out there. Jeannie, before I can have you come in, you need to download on your workplace or whatever it's called, App
It's
Store.
called the workplace.
You got to go to Zoom. You got to download, Zoom Workplace. That's what you have to download. You have to go in and sign up and get your account set up. Then I can send you the invite link. Okay. So I'm going to put you in, and once this is
Patty
over,
didn't get on.
I'll put you. I can't see Patty. I don't know if she got on or not. I've sent her. I've sent her twice the code. But anyways, chapter 3. Now listen. On the 6th day of the 2nd week, we brought, according to the word of Elohim, to Adam all the beasts and all the cattle and the birds and everything that moves on the earth and everything that moves in the water, according to their kinds and according to their types. And the beasts on the 1st day, the cattle on the 2nd day, the birds on the 3rd day. See, he's telling you what was made on each day while he was when creation was happening. He's telling you everything right here. See, and that's why I'm telling you, you'll understand that you've read this already in Genesis, but we're going to go a little bit further into it. That's what happens. And Adam named them all by their respective names, and he called them. So was their name. And on these 5 days, Adam saw all these, male and female, according to every kind that was on the earth. But he was alone and found no meat for him. That means he was noticing that everybody had a partner except for him. But he didn't, it wasn't, I don't know if it bothered him. I don't know if he had a desire to have a partner, but he named everything that was on this earth. Adam, he had that privilege to name everything, is what he's being told. And then it says in verse 4, and Yahuwah said to us, now put on your critical thinking hats. Yahuwah said to us, let us make.
Are there angels up there?
That's right. The sons of God, the sons of Elohim, angels. Remember, there's 6 or 7 different types of angels. And one specific type was made in his image, just like we are. Like the archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, all of them.
We're talking to the word and to the spirit too.
That's exactly right. And then he says, and Yahuwah said to us, it is not good that the man should be alone. Let us make a helpmeet for him. And Yahuwah Elohim caused a deep sleep to fall upon him, and he slept, and he took for the woman one rib from amongst his ribs, and this rib was the origin of the woman from amongst his ribs, and he built up the flesh in its stead, and built the woman, and he awakened. This is where it gets really tricky, because let me ask everybody before we go any further, where do you think that he put Adam and Eve right off the rip when he made them? Where do you think he made them at? Do you think he was in the garden? Does anybody say he woke up in the Garden of Eden? Is that what everybody? That's what I was led to believe in the church.
Was it that he brought him up to heaven and did all that?
No, he made him on the earth. He made him out of the ground.
But he made him out of the dust of the earth.
It wasn't in the Garden of Eden. And see, that's what we've
He placed them there. That's what it said. Didn't it say he placed them in the Garden of Eden?
Not at first.
Not at first. He said, but I think it says that he placed them in the Garden of
He
Eden.
allowed
Right, from the land of Elda, wasn't it?
Yes, that's the land of his creation, the land of Elda.
Elda.
Elda, the land of Elda was where he was created. But listen, and he awakened Adam out of his sleep, and on awakening he rose on the 6th day, and he brought her to him. And now listen to this, guys. And he knew her. And he knew her. What do y'all think that is?
He slept with her.
Yes.
And they were not, and they weren't even had fallen yet. But see, they became one flesh. That was called what you call a marriage. Because Adam called her wife. And see, they have no idea about sin at this point. None. They're purely innocent. And it keeps getting deeper and it keeps getting better. See, this is what we've missed growing up in the church system with
wasn't the sin where she would travail in childbirth?
No, the sin was disobedience.
I mean, disobedience, but what I'm saying, her punishment was to travail in childbirth.
Now listen. There's a reason why they weren't put into the garden straight away, and I still can't figure out why, because if they were made and they were innocent, they had to be sanctified. They had to be sanctified to go into the garden. So, and it gets into this and deeper into this chapter. And it says that you have to understand what he's saying. In the first week was Adam created, and the rib his woman. In the second week, he showed her to see. Adam was made in the first week. Everybody thinks that we were made at the same time. We weren't. The first week, Adam got made on the 6th day. Because remember, if you're in Genesis, it says, "Let us go down and make man in our image." Eve came in the second week. This is so amazing. Once you start, you put your hat on, that critical thinking hat that we have to have, because it's telling you right here, Eve came in the second week. And there's a reason why Adam gets to go into a garden before she does.
All right.
It's man, if you read chapter 3, you have to read it and really break it down and put on your critical thinking hat, because this is so amazing what we're getting into right now. And then he says, he showed her to him, and for this reason, the commandment was given to keep in their defilement. For a male, 7 days, and for a female, twice 7 days. So if she were to have a male child, she's unclean for 7 days. If she has a female child, she's unclean for 14. Is it making sense?
Why though?
Huh?
Why though?
See,
I don't understand the difference. Just because he said so.
Hey, I've sit and pondered that, but the only thing that I can come up and honestly say and to tell everyone is to lean on his understanding and not that of ours. There's a reason for it, I guarantee you. But
Right.
But I'm in no place or no position to tell anybody what that reason is. Now, if he gives a reason,
why the difference? You know, I've seen it, but I've never understood why the difference. But I guess at this point, it's just because he said so.
See, and that's why he says to lean on him for understanding and not that of ourselves, because I can come up with 1,000 different reasons and they probably all wrong. But,
right.
And that's why I don't tell nobody something. See, I'm afraid. I am afraid of Yahuwah. And I'm going to be held at account at a higher level than everybody listening, because I have to make sure that I am telling his truth and not that of mine. And I'm afraid. That's why I pray. I want to make sure I tell people right. And if I do make a mistake, I'll come back and say, hey, this wasn't right. But I'm just telling you, man, I'm afraid of him. He's no respecter of persons. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. And these preachers up there, I can't thank him enough. I can't tell him enough how thankful I am not on a Sunday, behind a Sunday pulpit anymore. I am so thankful that I'm not there. And I'm so thankful that you guys aren't there. I'm so thankful that everybody in YouTube land that's listening are not there. I'll never set foot back into a church on a Sunday ever. I've preached, I've had, and I don't say it's not fortunate, but I've preached funerals, and I'm so thankful that they weren't even on. I'm thankful they were all on the Sabbath. And at the time when I was in the JC in the church, and married people, and I'm so thankful it wasn't on Sundays. I am so thankful. But I'm really glad that he brought me out of that, guys. I really am, and all you guys listening too. But let's go over to number 10, and he says, after Adam had completed 40, see, he had to wait 40 days before he went in. And remember, the woman has to double what the man did. He had to wait 40 days before he could enter into the garden. And now Eve had to wait 80 days before she could go in. And then it says, and in the land, we had been, okay, after Adam had completed 40 days in the land, listen, this is, Tiffany, this is for you, really, I want you to listen. And after in the land where he had been created, the land of Elda, that's where he was at. It says, we brought him into the Garden of Eden to till and guard it. But his woman they brought in on the 80th day. And after this, she entered into the Garden of Eden. And for this reason, the commandment is written on the heavenly tablets in regard to her that gives birth. See, the woman gives birth, but see, this hadn't been applied to her yet because they hadn't fallen yet. But it's already been written in the heavenly tablets. What's gonna happen? Because they already knew what's gonna happen. I mean, you can't. Nobody in their right mind can tell me that Abba Yahuwah did not know what was going to happen. What do you think about that? Do you think that he did or didn't know?
I think he did.
You think he did? Yeah, he had to know because he knows everything.
Right.
He knew that they were going to fall. And so could this possibly, Melissa, this is for you, could that possibly be the reason why he didn't let them enter in right away?
Could be. That could be. I never thought about it quite like that, but yeah, that could be.
And I'm not saying that's the main reason, but it could be, it's plausible.
Right.
Yeah. And
It's a
then,
very possibility.
Yeah.
Yes.
and then he says this. And for this reason, commandments is written on the heavenly tablets in regard to her that gives birth. If she bears a male, she shall remain in her uncleanness 7 days. Because remember, Adam was made in the 7th day, in the first week. 7 days he was made on the 6th day. The woman was made in the 2nd, which would be 14 days. Do you see? You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So it's doubled automatically. So it'd be from 7. What's 7 doubled? 14.
Right.
Okay. Then if she bears, okay, where are we at? And see, and she shall remain in her uncleanness 7 days according to the first week of days, and 3 days shall she remain in the blood of her purifying, and she shall not touch any sanctified thing, nor enter into the sanctuary. Now, here's where the bombshell is. The Garden of Eden is symbolic as the sanctuary. Remember, the Holy of Holies. There's 4 places that you learned in chapter 2 that there's on earth that belong to the Father that are holy, and the Garden of Eden is symbolic as a sanctuary. You think about it. Remember, he had to be clean. A priest had to be clean before he could go into the Holy of Holies in the temple. Well, they are being cleansed before they go into the Garden of Eden. And once they reach their days, see, Adam got to go in 40 days before Eve and start tilling the ground. See, he had to go in and start tilling the ground. But it was so
But I thought that was his punishment.
No, see, he still worked the garden, but it was easy. The Father gave him in abundance. But remember, after he ate and became smart, he says, you will have to work by the sweat of your brow and with thorns and thistles. See, he got to go in and everything was just plush and give to him. He made him work a little bit, but it wasn't hard work. Then once they fell, then it got hard. And the woman didn't have to travail in childbirth in pain until after they fell. See, this is all foreshadowing. They're being cleansed before they can go into the Holy of Holies. We have to be sanctified before we can go in. See, if you guys will read chapter 19 in Exodus, it tells he came down and met his children. He met them in a cloud of fire, thunder, lightning. Go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 8. It tells you that's how he's coming back, the same way. But yet the church cannot tell you guys this. They don't know it. Because remember, Jeremiah 23 tells us that I will raise up my pastors, not some cemetery that they send them to get a ordination. Father says, I'll raise up my pastors. And he's doing it now. You're starting to see people all over the world coming out and searching for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Remember, Israel's the one that got decimated when they split into two different, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Y'all know this. Y'all already know this, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There she is.
Hey, Juanita.
Dave, what
Hey.
happened to you, bruh? See, and down here, I wrote in, we're going to skip on down because you guys can read this again, but I'm going on down to chapter, to verse 14. See, right, oh, let's go to 13. It says, when she had completed these 80 days, we brought her into the Garden of Eden. For it is holier than all the earth. This is the Garden of Eden. For it is holier than all the earth besides, and every tree that is planted in it is holy. Everything in the garden is holy. They had to be cleansed before they went in. Even a new man, a new woman created. It took him 40 days to get
Talk
in.
about the priest had to be holy before he entered the Holy of Holies.
And in chapter 19 of Exodus, all his people had to go through this sanctification. It took 7 days.
Yeah, I read that.
It's amazing how this all fits together. It's amazing. Dave, I can't hear or see you, brother. And therefore, there was ordained regarding her who bears a male or a female child, that the statute of those days that she should touch no sanctified thing, nor enter into the sanctuary until these days for the male or female child are accomplished. This is the Torah and testimony, which was written down for Yashriel. See, he's telling you again. Who's it wrote down for? Is it the church? Did it say the church? It says Israel. Messiah said the same thing when he was here. The woman that had a child, her daughter was vexed with a demonic spirit. What did he tell her? She said, "Hey, Rabbi, can you cast that demon out?" He said, "I'm not here about the dogs. What do I have to do with you?" Because she wasn't an Israelite. She wasn't from Yashriel. But see, they didn't exist then when he was here because Israel had already been scattered to the four corners of the earth. But Judah was here. They were in captivity. And he says, "I am here to search out for the lost sheep of the house of Israel," because they were scattered. And she said, "Well, even the dogs eat the crumbs from the master's table." He said, "You said well." See, it all fits together. It all goes together. Once you can see this, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, but they need to know too, Scott, the ones that are on here that are new, that Yashriel is not where they telling over there in the Middle East. That is we are a people. Jacob was turned to Israel.
It's a nation. It's a people.
Yes, it's a people. It's the ones that they're looking for.
I'm glad you're here. We're in the book of Jubilees. Yeah, we're in the book of Jubilees. Anyways, let's keep going. Who? No, he's still, I don't know what happened. Dave.
Yeah,
Okay, there you are. I was wondering what happened to you, bro.
I'm listening.
I don't know who, and Melissa must be the one missing. Yeah. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, there you are.
It's just,
All right. And you guys can keep on, and you guys can finish. I just wanted to hit
Was
these.
that Patty?
Is that
Yes,
Patty?
ma'am, that's Patty.
You got in?
Oh, hey, Patty.
I'm glad you're here.
Hey,
Are you feeling better,
You feeling
Patty?
better?
I am feeling better, but I'm not 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it.
Well, we've
Trust
been praying
me.
for everybody that's been sick. Hey, Laura, we prayed for your son. I'm glad he's doing well. And I just pray that everybody, all the Kodesh team. I pray for all Kodesh team. And
Right.
But yeah, y'all can finish up. Y'all can read the in-betweens because he's just pretty much telling you about what's going on in the garden, why they got into the garden, how they got, what the deal is about being a male or female. All right, let's go over to chapter 20, verse 29. That's where I want to go. We're going to start at 28, though, because I like to give you a little bit of context behind it. And it says, "And on the day on which Adam went forth from the garden, he offered see, this is where they got booted out of the garden. This is, the rest in between, they ate from the tree they shouldn't have. And that's where they got the pain that got put on the woman. The man will have to work by the sweat of his brow through thorns and thistles. See, a lot of things happen. But listen to what Adam did after he was exiting the garden. Because if you're defiled, remember, A priest that fell dead, if a priest went into the Holy of Holies and messed up, he fell dead. Because that's the sin. That's the wages of death. Or death is the wage of transgression. It's the wages of sin. You're gonna die. See, Hasatan told Eve, "Oh, certainly you're not gonna die." He knew she was gonna die, but not right then. Later on, but he got her to fall. Just like the priest went into the Holy of Holies, he goes in there unclean. He's gonna die, and he fell dead then, and they pull him out. So you have to be right. Yes, ma'am.
Who was Hasatan?
Hasatan is Satan. That's the Hebrew term, Hasatan. That's how you say it in the Hebrew tongue. Yeah, Satan. He fell.
Diablos.
Yeah, Diablos.
Lucifer.
But and on that day, listen to what happened. Listen to what Adam did on verse 28. What's that? And on that day on which Adam went forth from the garden, he offered as a sweet savor an offering, frankincense, galbanum, and stacte, and spices in the morning with the rising of the sun from the day when he covered his shame. See, he put up an offering to the Father. That was, he was repenting. When you put up a smoke, that they would do these things back then because they didn't have Messiah yet. Messiah hadn't came where his blood paid the price for all transgression. So they would do offers, goats, whatever. But he didn't. He did it with spices and things because he probably didn't know any better. But anyways, listen to verse 29. And on that day, you can find this in the book of Yashar, verse 29. This comes straight out of Yashar. If you've read Yashar, you know what I'm talking about. And on that day was closed the mouth of all beasts. See, I'm gonna stop right there. Adam could talk with all the beasts. They had the same language. All animals. That's hard to wrap your mind around.
Hebrew?
Huh?
They spoke Hebrew?
They spoke it. Listen, it said he closed the mouths of them, of all beasts, of all cattle, and of all birds, and whatsoever walks and whatsoever moves, so that they could no longer speak. For they had all spoken one with another, with one lip and with one tongue. They had the same language. Mm-hmm. How about that?
I remember when I ran across that in Jasher, I was like, wow. I stopped and went, I told my husband, I said, did you know that? He was like, no, I didn't. But I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, so maybe when Adam was naming them, they were talking to him. I don't know.
Yeah, I can imagine, the crocodile say, hey man, make my name cool, dude. I want to
right. Yeah.
But they could all speak, and they had one tongue. Now, when I just read this to you, anybody that has read Jasher, this is confirmation that it's once you can get confirmation, it is confirmed that it's the truth. Remember, he says it takes 2 or more witnesses to establish the law.
Right.
Adam could talk with the animals, and I know that Eve could talk with the animals. But as he exited and gave up his offering, the Father shut their mouths, and it can't understand them anymore. And so the next verse, y'all can write this down. This is found in Genesis chapter 3, verse 24. Verse number 30 is found in Genesis chapter 3, verse 24. And he sent out of the garden.
What's this? Where is that to?
This is verse 30.
Chapter 30 is Genesis chapter 3.
Verse 24. See, Tiffany and anybody that's new here, this is what I do. I'll search it out, and I'll find scriptures, whether it's down at the bottom of the footnote, or because I've read this book many times. And if it comes to it's like, I don't know, it's a gift from the Father. It has to be, because I can remember and recall where I've heard this before. See, the Bible speaks in you need to learn what an idiom is. You need to know what a metaphor is, an allegory, and a parable. The word speaks in those 4 types. It's an idiom is pretty much if I'm telling you something in these set of words, but I can tell you in another set of words and you understand that they're the same. I can say it and just tell you in a different format over here or in this way with different words, and you'll know that it's the same thing. It's the same meaning. That's what an idiom is. And once you understand what an idiom means, this'll make sense to you. And we always look up words. I tell everybody to look up a word that you don't know. It don't matter if it's an English word. Yeah, what you got up there in your nostril? The whole world looking at you.
Because my face is so dry from that oxygen that it just
Right.
Yeah, and I always tell everybody to look
It's
up
better than
words.
my finger up my nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And,
Hey, what were those 4 things?
It's bleeding.
An idiom, a metaphor, an allegory, and
you
what?
need to know what an idiom is because the word speaks mostly in idioms.
Right.
You need to know what an idiom means. You need to know what a metaphor means. You need to know what an allegory is and a parable.
I know what an idiot is.
The word it speaks in all of this. Yeah.
So stupid.
I know what an idiot is too. Do you understand that, Tiffany? What I'm telling you?
Okay, give me one moment. I'm gonna have to write it down.
Oh gosh. All right. Now now I'm going to read verse 30, and it goes along with Genesis 3 verse 24. It says, "And he sent out of the garden of Eden all flesh that was in the garden of Eden, and all flesh was scattered according to its kinds and according to its types to the places which had been created for them." You can see he's telling you exactly what's in Genesis. But again, Genesis didn't tell us that they were made that Adam and Eve were created in the land of Elda. I just assumed because of the church that they were in the Garden of Eden the whole time. They weren't.
But does it say where they said that they were created in that land? Because I know that it says that they were sent there afterwards.
They were sent back to the land of their creation. That's where they're going now.
Okay, but it already said that they were created there.
In the land of Elda.
Okay.
Look at verse 33.
Yes. Verse 30.
Chapter 3, verse 33.
Yes, it said, "And on the new moon of the 4th month, Adam and his woman, his wife, went forth from the Garden of Eden, and they dwelt in the land of Elda, in the land of their creation."
Gotcha.
You see, people, we need to wake up. We need to be telling our brothers and sisters that they're keeping the wrong day holy in a profane place where they shouldn't be, with graven images up there behind the crosses and all that. Man, and these wolves that do not know his word. This book is not made for y'all in them churches. It's for Yashriel, Israel, the lost tribes, and Judah. That's who this is for. And y'all think, look, I love everybody that's in the church. I do. Yes, ma'am.
What was the 4th one? I got idiom, metaphor, and parable. What was the 3rd one?
An allegory.
Allegory.
An allegory. 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 It paints a picture. It helps you to understand what's going on. It's like really, like the book of Jonah is the best allegory in the Bible. You see what's happening. It paints a beautiful picture in the book of Jonah. You can see what I'm talking about. But the church, I love everybody that's in the church. I down the church system, guys, because the church is wicked. It's not of the Father, but it's been hijacked and manipulated.
There's scriptures that say, "I don't dwell in the house."
They don't teach you anything.
Yeah, they never do. They never teach you anything. You think you're learning, but you're not. It's because
They sugarcoat stuff.
yeah, the most misquoted scripture is John 3:16. Yeah, but they don't read John 3:13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19. And because the Father says that he does not dwell in temples made by hands of men. You can find that in Acts 7 verse 48. You can find that specifically in Acts 17:24. He don't dwell there. We're the temple. He teaches us this in the Old Testament and in the New. See, the New Testament, we all know this, and I'm just telling it for everybody that's new here's sake that he doesn't dwell there. I lost my train of thought, but we're the temple. The word New Testament, the word new means, it's the Greek word, it means a refreshing. That's all it means. Messiah did not have the New Testament when he was here ministering. Remember, he's the Word, and the Word was with the Father from the beginning. The Word created everything. Yahusha is the Word. And I'm going to tell you,
And he said not one jot nor one tittle would change until everything passed away, heaven and earth, and they're still.
That's right. And he also, so think about this, critically think this out. What scriptures was Yahusha teaching these people? It couldn't have been the book of Matthew. It couldn't have been Mark. It couldn't have been Luke.
The Torah. He was teaching the commandments.
The Torah and the Tanakh.
And he was looking for the lost sheep that were scattered.
The lost sheep that were scattered, the house of Israel. Because Judah was there and they were in captivity.
Well, you need to explain we're grafted in.
And see, look, Gentiles can be grafted in, but who's to say that we're not part of the lost tribes of Israel? We could very well be part of it. We're all spiritual brothers and sisters now, the ones that are in Kodashim.
It takes the belief of believing what he said was true, that the commands are true, that we are to obey. So even if you are Gentile, if you believe that, you're going in.
You know what really trips me out is that Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 22. It says that he says, I wrote 10 commands on 2 tablets of stone.
And no more.
And I wrote no more. I wrote no more. Why did he write the rest of it? Because when Moses came down off of Sinai, they done broke the first 4 commandments right off the gate. And with a golden calf, worshiping it instead, it broke the first 4. You're not to have anybody above him, and they had a golden calf. They were dancing and worshiping as a graven image, and it was just sickening. And he put 603 more laws on top of them as punishment. See, the church don't know this. That's what's sad. He wrote no more. He only had the 10 commandments for us. That's all. That's it. But now we have to make sure. And they already, and it's funny because they already knew what was clean and wasn't clean before it was even written into law. Because if you go back to Genesis, he tells you he put 2 of every kind of animal on the ark. But the wicked church don't go down a few more paragraphs or a few more verses, and it says he put 7 of the clean on the ark. Why would he do that? Why would he put 7 of the clean on there?
Because they had to eat.
They had to eat. Oh my goodness. It ain't rocket science.
Dang.
They had to eat. And he wanted to make sure that they had plenty because they're going to multiply.
Right.
Hey, 7 will multiply a lot quicker than 2.
Absolutely.
And I ain't no mathematician by no means.
I know
that 2 and 2 get 3. I already know this.
Did you know that the ones that went up for they had to crouch down?
Yes.
That was the ones that they took.
That's the ones that knelt. The ones that crouched. That's the ones that got to it. And see, the other ones were stiff-necked. Another foreshadowing. How about that? Anyway, let's go over to chapter number 4. Oh no, hold on. And then it says, and Adam called the name of his woman Chua. That's the Hebrew word. That's her Hebrew name, Chua. And they had no son till the first Jubilee. And after this, he knew her. Now he tilled the land as he had been instructed in the Garden of Eden. But guess what? He ain't doing it no more because he was on his way out. He done got his eviction notice. You got to go. And guess what else he got? He gonna die. What is the transgression of sin? What is the payment for it?
Death.
Death.
Mm-hmm.
So we can only hope if you believe this is the last days, which I believe that we're in the very last, I think we're in the last minutes of the last days. I don't think there's a whole lot of time left, maybe 5, 6, 8 years, maybe, if we're lucky. I mean, I don't know because.
Did you tell him what Chua meant?
Yeah,
The mother of all living.
Yeah, the word Chua in Hebrew means the mother of all living things.
Genesis 3:20.
Yeah, Genesis 3:20.
Well, look at you, Miss Jeannie.
Yeah. She's over there doing her. She's over there. She's my little secretary over
I
there.
love Miss Jeannie. I love
you too, Miss Robin.
All right, let's go to chapter 4. We're going to get this, and this chapter 4 breaks down. Cain kills his brother. He has to pay for it. It's all this chapter 4 is so. It is so much Enoch and Genesis not Enoch, but Genesis. All this, all the way to chapter verse 17. See, I want to go down. I can't read that. It's too close to the screen. What does it say? Okay, I can't read it, Melissa.
Oh, it's okay. I just accidentally put something up in front of the camera.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I thought you were trying to show me some writing.
No,
Okay, that's all good. All right, let's go to verse 17 of chapter 4. Actually, let's back it up to 16 because this is some good stuff. It says, and in the 11th Jubilee, Yared, listen, he's giving you the lineage of Enoch. See, this is where Enoch is coming into play right now. Listen, and in the 11th Jubilee, Yared took to himself a woman, and her name was Baraka, the daughter of Rashuel, a daughter of his father's brother. See, back then, in order to multiply the earth, Cain took his sister with him, and it even tells you the names of their sisters that Adam and Eve had, the daughters. They give names here in Jubilees. They had a lot of daughters too.
Yeah, and I remember being in the church and they said, "Oh, well, he slept with a monkey."
Yeah, a monkey. Yeah.
What?
A monkey. That's the evolution of monkey.
Did all the other apes and monkeys not get the memo?
They didn't get the memo.
Robin, that's hilarious.
All right. And then it says, and she bore him a son in the 5th week, in the 4th year of the Jubilee, and he called his name Chanok. That's Enoch. Jared was the father of Enoch. Enoch was 7 from Adam. 7 generations. And guess what? He knew his great-grandfather to the 7th power, or the 6th power. He knew him. They knowed each other because they lived a lot longer than we do.
Right.
And so listen. And verse 17, listen to this. This is where it really gets good. And it says, and he was the first among men. Listen, are y'all listening? Are YouTube land, are you listening to Enoch? Why is his book not in the canon? It was there 500 years before they took it out. Why is this book not there?
It's relevant to the Yashra.
It does the world no good. They don't want it there.
They don't want to know the truth. They can't handle the truth.
Listen, and he was the first. He was the first. He was the first among men that are born on earth who learned writing and knowledge and wisdom, who wrote down the signs of heaven according to the order of their months in a sefer, that men might know the seasons of the years according to the order of their separate months. That is in the book of Enoch, chapter 12.
And do you know that none of he never ever gave a name to a month. He gave it a number.
A number, just as the days.
It was a number.
And so were the months. The months, the days, all numbers. All numbers, guys. Now, verse 18. And he was the first. Are you listening? He was the first to write a testimony. And he testified to the sons of men among the generations of the earth, and recounted the weeks of the jubilees, and made known to them the days of the years, and set in order the months, and set in the months, and recounted Sabbaths of
Where
the
are you reading
years
that
as
from?
we made them known to him.
She
As
said,
they
where are you
made.
reading that from?
That's verse 18, chapter 4.
Oh, okay.
The first ever scribe, guys. And guess what? You're about to learn that they took Enoch. He was so righteous. They took him in to the Garden of Eden. They,
Oh,
The
wow.
angels?
angels, the Father, took him in to the Garden of Eden. I was telling you guys this earlier. I was giving you a little brief synopsis of what was coming in these chapters. They took him in. And then listen, and they and what was and what will he be, he saw in a vision of his sleep. This is Enoch chapter 1, guys. Chapter 19 is Enoch chapter 1. You will find out he's telling you the destruction that's coming in the end days. Chapter 1, he tells you right off the bat. Right off the bat. Y'all need to write this down, chapter 1, Enoch, so you can look at it and confirm it. Do what?
Verse 19.
Verse 19, all the way. It's all book of all the way down to 21. It's all the first chapter of Enoch. And chapter 22 is Enoch chapter 12, 1 through 7, from 22 on down.
It's Enoch chapter 7.
No, chapter 1 is for 19 through 21, and from 22 down to 23, 24 is Enoch chapter 12, verse 1 through 7.
Gotcha.
Now listen, and he says, throughout their generations until the day of judgment. See, he's telling you, he wrote it down in a sefer, the book of Enoch, that is not in our canon like it should be, like it was for the first 500 years of the Bible. It was there. Now it's not. And Jubilees is no longer there. Jasher is no longer there. It's crazy because this book is damning to the enemy. They don't want this here. They tell you, remember, guys, go back over to chapter 2 and read verses 30 all the way down to 31. It's telling you the proper way to keep Sabbath. Just so you guys know, it's very important that you guys learn this. And then it says, he saw and understood everything and wrote his testimony and placed the testimony on earth for all the children of men for their generation. Guess where his testimony was found? It was found in a cave system. It was found 73 years after the Dead Sea Scrolls were found.
Yeah.
They were in the same cave system, and it took 73 more years for his book to be found. You think that's how the Father wanted it? Of course. He says his word will not come back void. It's not going to come back void.
He has a plan for sure.
Yes.
It was saved for a certain generation. Yeah.
Do what, Tiffany? I didn't hear you.
I said Baba is mysterious and wonderful.
Oh, yeah. He's awesome. His word's not going to come back void. Where are you?
He'll answer himself with groanings, it says.
That's right.
He'll answer himself.
If you can't find the words in your
He
spirit,
can't find the words. He'll answer
he'll
himself
answer with the
groanings.
groanings of your spirit. That's how he'll answer you. He's awesome. He's
Because he'll
magnificent.
make the
He's
rocks
wonderful.
cry out.
Where are you hiding at?
Ain't no rock crying out for me, Hunty.
Me either.
Yeah, I don't want them to cry for me. And in the 20th Jubilee, in the 7th week thereof, he took to himself a woman and named her Edna, the daughter of Daniel, the daughter of his father's brother, in the 6th year in this week. And she bore him a son, and he called his name Methuselah. Who do you think he is? Methuselah.
He's the oldest living one in the Bible.
Uh-huh.
Lived 969 years.
Yes. And you know, I was discussing it last night about how come only 8 people were on the ark? Well, the Father took home all his righteous ones. Methuselah was one of the last ones to die before the flood came.
Mm-hmm.
And he already taken his. See that's he. Look, it's the same yesterday, today, and forever. He's the same. He never changes. He says he will shorten the elect. He will shorten the days of the for the sake of the elect. What do you think he could possibly mean about that as well?
So we don't have to live through all that trash.
He'll take you home. That could be a way of shortening your day for the elect, or he could speed time up. Like I think the days are shortened. I mean,
I think so too.
I think they have time flies now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like I come in for making the donuts, and I have to turn it's time to make the donuts. I just got home. Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, he's good. Now down to 22, and
that's another thing. He don't intend for us to always make him donuts.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's why he's had me resting the last 2 weeks.
And he testified to the watchers who had sinned with the daughters of men, for these had begun to unite them. See, these are the fallen angels. He talks about the fallen angels, the Nephilim. The Nephilim are those are where your demonic spirits come from.
Hey, the Nephilim, they tried to use Enoch to
not the Nephilim, their fathers, the fallen angels, the watchers, the ones that failed. They come to Enoch.
But they tried to get Enoch to
write a petition. And the Father put him in a deep sleep and brought him up and says, Enoch, don't waste your time.
Right.
They have crossed a line that they can't come back from. Because those Nephilim were not ordained. And he said to them, and he's going to tell you in this book right here in chapter 4, just like he does in Enoch, Enoch come back and told them. Matter of fact, when they came to Enoch, they came with their heads bowed, but they were too ashamed to look up. The fallen ones. So y'all think about this out there. If the angels have free will and they can fall, do you not think you can fall?
Absolutely. He says he'll blot your name out. He tells you that.
Yeah, but guess what? They don't believe that. I'm sealed to the day of redemption. What kind of nonsense is that from the spew? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, if they're sealed in JC, they're already doomed.
That's right. That's the image of the beast. All right, now listen, and it says, and he testified to the watchers who had sinned with the daughters of men, who have sinned with the daughters of men. And Chanok testified against them all. He testified against them all after the Father done told him, hey, this is what's going to happen. They're going to watch their children die. All the Nephilim are going to die, but they're going to be left to wander the earth. That's why you have all this demonic activity here. It's because of their fallen children that he let watch die. Then he's going to have Michael and his other angels to bind them and put them into earth where they'll never see the light of day again, ever. That's in the book of Enoch. All Enoch. But yet, his book don't count. It ain't been vetted. Now, he's only the first ever scribe that got to go into the Garden of Eden and got to learn how to write and they got to see vision. Yeah, but it doesn't count. It doesn't count, guy. Come on, guy. It's all nonsense. What? Okay. Now, and he was taken from amongst, listen, this is Enoch. Listen to what it says right here. Remember,
Tiffany, are you okay?
You just pulling all the way down. Real tight.
Like your cogs are turning, like
your critical thinking cap. Who?
Tiffany.
Oh yeah. You got to put that critical thinking cap on real good and tight right now. Buckle it up, pull that chin strap, and get it ready, because here we go. And he was taken from amongst the children of men, and we conducted him into the Garden of Eden in majesty and honor. And behold, there he writes down the condemnation and judgment of the world. Now, I got the Ruach all over me.
Me too.
Praise be to the mighty, mighty Yahuwah.
Mr. God.
And all the wickedness of the children of men. And on account of it, Elohim brought the waters of the flood upon all the land of Eden. For there he was set a sign, and that he should testify against the children of men, that he should recount all the deeds of their generations until the day of condemnation. He said he destroyed the earth one time with water. What's he going to destroy it with next time?
Fire.
That's right, fire. He's going to destroy it with fire.
What?
Fire.
Fire.
Far.
The far.
That's how we say it down in the South. Far. You play with fire, you're gonna get burnt. Yes. And he burnt the incense of the sanctuary. See, the sanctuary is representation. I told you this earlier. It is representation of the Holy of Holies. It's sanctified. You have to be sanctified to go in. And they said that Enoch went in with majesty and with honor. He was brought in and taught to write this stuff down. How about that? Enoch must have been one heck of a dude, guys. Okay. I don't know what that is, but we don't speak whatever language that is, gay. Uh-huh. But anyway,
Just keep just don't.
Anywho, he says, let me keep going, and then and he tells you, it goes on down, and he has Lamech, and he has Noah. It keeps on going down the line all the way up to Noah, and Enoch was Noah's great grandfather. That's who he was. But let's go down to verse number 30, or let's start with 29. And at the close of the 19th Jubilee in the 17th week in the 6th year thereof, Adam died. And all his sons buried him in the land of his creation. He was created in the land of Elda, and he was returned to the ground of Elda.
So how many years were a Jubilee?
50 years.
So every 50 years.
It's a Jubilee. You're supposed to get back everything that you've lost in the Jubilee year. Whether it's money, land, whatever. See, that's how the Father wanted things to operate. It don't operate like that now because of Rome. And all roads lead
because
back
of the
to
greedy
Rome.
scumbags that are up over
Yes.
in
I thought being Italian, I would be proud, but I am very disappointed.
What's that? With Rome?
Yeah.
It's
I'm
wrong.
very
Look,
disappointed.
the people.
I have Italian last name, Italian roots, and I feel ashamed of my Italian roots.
Well,
don't, because you're called,
Yeah.
you're set apart.
He's gonna
You're called out of that.
Yeah, they're going to have people.
Your
pulled out.
testimony.
Yes. And listen to the rest of it. And he says, and he was the first to be buried in the earth. Adam would come out the ground and the first to go back into the ground. He lived 930 years. And listen, and he lacked 70 years of 1,000 years. For 1,000 years are as one day in the testimony of the heavens, and therefore it is written concerning the tree of knowledge. Where else have we heard this from, guys? The book of 2 Peter 3 and 8. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse number 8. Peter was quoting Jubilees, guys.
That was what part?
Verse number 30.
What was it again?
What part in Jubilee, Scott?
2 Peter verse 3 or chapter 3 verse 8. It's 4 Jubilees chapter 4 verse 30.
What would be good, Second Peter?
2
Peter what?
Chapter 3 verse 8. And it says, on the day that you eat thereof, you shall die.
Chapter 4, verse 30.
That's in Jubilees.
Yes.
Yeah. And then 2 Peter.
2 Peter 3 and 8.
3 and 8.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, we've already done this. We done covered this. And it says, and at the close of the Jubilee, listen, guys. See, Genesis don't tell you what's fixing to come next. And at the close of his Jubilee, Cain was killed after him in the same year. That's the first son born. Cain was killed. Now listen to how he got killed. After in the same year, and for his house fell upon him, and he died in the midst of his house, and he was killed by its stones. The first ever murder weapon was a stone, and he got killed in the same fashion. With a stone he had killed Havel, and by a stone was he killed in righteous judgment. See? For this reason it was ordained on the heavenly tablets. See, he's keeping record in heaven, guys, if you don't believe me. There's one book that you want to be found in. One. There's one book that you want to be found in. That's the book of life, the Lamb's book. Mm-hmm. For this reason, it was ordained on the heavenly tablets, with the instrument with which a man kills his neighbor with, the same shall he be killed, after the manner that he wounded him. In the like manner shall they deal with him. And the testimony in the 25th Jubilee, Noah took to himself a woman, and her name was Imzara, the daughter of Rachiel, the daughter of his father's brother. In the first year, in the 5th week, see, it goes, and he had Shem. It tells you, it goes on about the lineage. So you'll know when y'all read this that it'll go from here to here. It tells you the line all the way back to Adam. And then if y'all go to Leviticus, see, I know it sounded weird. Y'all read chapter 3 that they were taking their sisters to wives, but they had to populate the earth. But then it became written in Leviticus that
it sounds like Kentucky, don't it?
That's what a West Virginian will say about Kentucky. But anyways, but in Leviticus, he does write that incest is abomination. So he changed it, and we know that.
I'm glad we don't live back in them times.
Yeah. We have to take that with a grain of salt, because we have to lean on his understanding and not that of our own. But
drinking Joe Dirt.
Yeah, that was wild. But he got a plan, and he knows his plan, and we just got to trust him that he's got a plan, because we're not going to know everything, guys. We're just not going to know it. And but
Mr. Scott.
What's that?
Hi, Mr. Scott.
Hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. But yeah, I love doing these. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got questions?
No, but I have some. Cain means acquired or possessed, and Abel means breath, vapor, or smoke.
Yep, in the vapor he was gone. But see, y'all look up them words that you don't know, even the Hebrew names, look them up, because they have a meaning. And if you'll interject them back into the verse that you took it from, you'll understand what that verse means, and a light bulb will go off, and it'll help you. It's a good study tool throughout any part of the Bible. If you don't have a Bible that's got the Jasher, Jubilees, or the missing books, it's okay, because you can still do this and start learning. These will just fill in places where we all had questions. And you'd have to pray over it too, because Jubilees threw me for a loop there for a little while. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think about, man, Cain taking a sister and then this marrying their sister. But then if you'll notice, as the generation started to be, they got away from their own family members, go to a cousin or something. I mean, y'all know about that in West Virginia, your cousin. Y'all still practice that, don't you, Dave?
Scott.
Ain't hardly nothing.
I kid. I love you, brother. I love you.
Hey,
Like
Scott.
hey,
You said to look them up, look those words up, like look them up where?
wherever you can. If you have,
Okay,
if you
Google
have,
it or whatever.
well, I don't trust Google, but
I do, but I look it up in Hebrew.
yeah, look it up in Hebrew. But if it's an English word, just look it up because, like the word kingdom, that one really got me. Y'all, you just don't understand the word kingdom. You think you know the meaning of that word until you start looking at all of them. And it's not what you guys think when seek ye first the kingdom. It don't mean what you got in your mind what it means. Well, you already know, Robin. We did that.
What?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, crack baby?
What are
I'm
you
looking
at?
something.
Boy, don't make me, boy.
I was looking at what Methuselah meant, and it means man of the dark or weapon.
What's going on? Methuselah? You sure that's what it means?
And it also means, or it can mean when he dies, it shall be sent or come.
I think that's what the flood. I believe it's that one because that's what came when he died. I think that the Father.
Well, you rudely interrupted me while I was looking that up.
Well, you were standing right here on my screen, looking like you was in deep thought, and I just wanted to snap you out of it. I thought you was looking like I was talking, and you were looking in the camera like what? Like a deer with the headlights.
Robin, smack
So
him.
brotherly, sisterly love.
Looked like she went into a coma.
I know, that's what I thought. I was trying to snap her
I'm
out
fixing
of
to
it.
put him into a coma.
Everybody banging up on my
snap your
Robin.
neck.
Yeah.
Who gonna snap my neck?
She
Now-
might snap
Yo,
your neck.
sister.
Has anybody ever went through like one of these? I don't know if you can see this
I
or
can
not.
see it.
Like,
The lexicon.
Where'd you
Yeah.
get that, Juanita?
believe it or not, when I ordered this book, it came with it.
You can order that too.
Yeah, but I mean, it came with my scepter. I was like,
Oh.
wow.
Yeah, there's a lexicon in the Sever, the online app.
Yeah.
There is a lexicon in there. I forgot about that.
I got Phone's Concordance over here.
Yeah.
TT.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad. Did you
I
say?
also use this too.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you order
Yeah,
the
I
other one?
put that.
Where'd you say you got the other one, Juanita?
This one, yeah, when I got the scepter, this came with it. I was by complete surprise. And then this one here, I got at the public library when they have books for donation.
Mm-hmm.
I paid like $1 for it.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
It was beautiful.
All right, guys. All right, y'all on Zoom. Hang on, guys. All right. I appreciate everybody that came in today on this and learned about Jubilees. I appreciate you stopping by. Just, if you want to be part of the Zoom and sharpen iron with one another, remember to email me at rscottlawson18 Gmail with your phone number so I can add you in. And you got to download the Zoom Workplace app on your app store. Okay. We love you and we thank you for joining. We'll see you guys next week. Y'all have a Baruch Yom, okay, in the Sabbath.